Which episode is that in? Like, that's why like episodes like the Trolley Problem are so good because it's very self-contained. Like that's what we're doing in this episode, and even that's not entirely true. There's way more to that kind of bleeds into this one and the one after it. So,
that's why you should take notes, kids.
I do take notes unless I went to a movie right before it and I'm watching them at midnight, like I was last night. So my notes for these 2 episodes suck.
I've gotten to a point of jotting down the quotes I'm interested in just because there's too many to parse through.
There's so many.
But like, no, you're getting my dumb opinion based off of one watch without writing anything down.
So hi, welcome to Binge Buddy. Only kind of joking. I think that might actually be our intro. That's pretty great.
That's a good.
It.
That's a good lead-in, is that?
Give my dumb opinion of one. That's some good stuff right there. Yeah, we're just gonna take it. Hi, welcome to Binge Buddies, Fork the Forking Forkers. Me, your host, is always Bryan Dressel. With me, as always, is Matt, Zombie Dog, Gregor Mendel Dykes.
Mendel. All right. I'm Mendel.
I don't remember why I know that name. Ryan, why do I know that name?
I know that name.
It's the guy with the flowers that figured out genetics.
Thank you. Man, we're lucky Ryan knows who all these people are.
Right.
I feel dumber every week. We have Joel Johann Kepler do it.
I know that one as well. It's physicist, right?
Yeah, physicist.
Yeah.
Yeah, famous for. We also have Ryan
Kepler effect, right? It's something to do with sound waves, I think.
Oh, that does.
No, that's the Doppler effect I'm thinking of.
Farts. You almost had me there too. It sounded right, till it didn't. We also have
Ryan,
he's
an astronomer.
Ryan Max Planck Lutens.
Max who?
Max Planck.
Planck. He's only a physicist.
The 3 laws of planetary motion.
German.
The Kepler effect it's to do with we'll come back to that on a science podcast. But, no. Kepler effect. I knew there was a Kepler effect or something like that.
I'm a theoretical physicist. That's all I got. Nobel Prize.
Next recording, I actually know 2 of them very well, assuming that Ranker doesn't move people around again. The next one, I definitely know 2 of them very, very well. So at least I have that. Well, I can't say very, very well. Pretty well. I should know one of them.
Me.
Nope. But we'll see. So here we are. Episode 19 and 20 is what we're going to go with, or 6 and 7.
18 and 19. Chapters 18 and 19.
Yeah, you're on an odd number, so you can't have an even number.
God damn you, Wikipedia, and your wrong information.
No, wait, because the other one was 13, and this
it's
is
that double episode in the beginning because they did the chapters for 2 of them. Just threw off all my numbering by 1.
Yeah, chapter. It was it 14 and 15?
We're doing existential crisis in the trolley problem today. That's gonna be.
I'm just gonna say, fuck it. Fork it.
Fork it.
You're right, Brian.
Great. I love hearing that.
We've got a swear jar.
Yeah.
In Super GG Radio. And anytime that somebody swears on recording, they have to play an hour of The Lion King for Cytogenesis. Can we implement like a punishment system here?
I mean, I appreciate that, but
every time you swear, you have to watch 10 minutes of Hobbs and Shaw.
Fuck right off.
You're welcome. I'm here all day.
I'd almost prefer it, like if we all had our own punishment movie, like if
Matt would be Hobbs and Shaw.
Matt would be. I was gonna give Matt Cats, but if we want to give him Hobbs and Shaw, sure.
Would I just get the asshole cut as well, or the butthole cut?
No, and now you have to watch 10 minutes of it. Enjoy.
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
Don't worry, Matt. We haven't established the rules yet, so.
But I'm for it. I agree with Joel because, like I said, at some point we're going to change the recording. We're going to make this more of a live thing. It's going to be on YouTube. It's going to look like After the Hype does. I'm just lazy and haven't done it yet, but I will at some point. I'm trying to think for season 3 of this show.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I'll start doing it. So it is coming up pretty soon. At that point, we have to start swearing just a little bit less, at least in the first, I think, 5 minutes, so that YouTube doesn't completely bury us. Talking to you Matt. You
What
and you
did I say?
you and your swearing British culture.
I am very I cannot believe this. This is absolute bullshit fucking crap wankers.
At least that last one
Shirts,
no
there was a
swear in
shirt in
America.
there.
All right, so existential crisis. Poor Michael has to learn what it is to be human. Doesn't go very well. He's not a fan of it. But I love watching him not be a fan of it. That said, I kind of accidentally talked about this last week because I kind of forgot that it was in this week. But we got to kick it off with Vicky being in charge and Gunnar being very excited about how good they're all doing, and poor Michael having to like crack to Vicky's whip is some of the best stuff ever. Like, here's those torture ideas that you told me to write down for you. And I love that this show, like, because of the nature of the show, it's kind of tough to have very like modern like callbacks. So this one works both for Vicky and as a huge commentary to our then president Trump, who also did this of all of our briefings have to be one page with a lot of graphs and drawings. I love that they threw that in there.
Oh, is
for
that where
Michael.
that came from?
Yeah, that's where that came from. That was Trump. He
Yeah,
didn't like his...
it's from our former sundowning president.
Yes.
Mm.
Great stuff. Can't wait till he's in charge again.
Well, it'd
Kill me
be like diagrams made of crayon.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah, pretty much. And if you could write it with with ketchup, that'd be great.
Right.
Just like the smiley face in that episode of Stargate on the plate.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The episode of Stargate. Uh-huh.
She always
Did we-
watched
did
it.
we
I
get to
assume
a
that you were in a
reference-
room.
Did we get to a reference that Bryan doesn't understand?
Stargate's not for me, man. That's the
Okay.
one. Anyhow, on to the good place. Where was that? Oh, so we have the tip-off of the demon's new torture for Tahani. And I love it. It's actually very good torture, and it would absolutely torture the hell out of her. She's gonna throw a party. We're gonna throw a better one.
And I love the confidence that she has that she can throw a better party than the
And she doesn't
demons
say
who
anything.
control reality.
And
Yeah.
she's just gonna go ahead and do it and just
Yeah.
think she's winning on every level. And then she goes to the other one.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that, like, I think if she'd have just not tried so hard, it probably wouldn't have been anywhere near as painful. But she then ended up adding to her own torture by like, this is the best party I can ever do, and it's like it's still crap compared to the one that we're actually.
I mean, it's kind of an interesting thing how like she knows this is torture.
Yep.
She knows that
Yeah.
they're doing this on purpose to mess with her. She can't help herself.
No.
Yeah.
She even admits it at the end of the episode. Like, how sad is it they can torture me with party planning? And it worked.
What I like about that as well is, like, if you think about the way that she plans the party, she plans it as if there's still like physiological boundaries. Like, oh, we're going to do the decorations like this. And it's like, no, you're in a place where you can create literally anything. So, like, the fact that there's a unicorn is surprising. Like, put a fucking unicorn in your party.
But
Like,
she's never gonna think of that. Like, I honestly think to a certain degree, Tahani would never, because it might be tacky.
Yeah.
True.
Like, to have a party where you have games, like, no. Like, that's like, I could see her just like not understanding that in the afterlife, when there are no rules, you can do whatever.
And then when she sees it, that's when, like, the actress plays it off so well. When she sees it, it's the realization, like, there's no boundaries.
Yeah.
You can-
And you're not playing the same game. Like, you're trying to throw the best party you could on Earth. These are interdimensional demons. Like, they can outthink you. They've been doing it longer. They've been doing it since time.
Is it this episode or the next episode where Michael mentions the millennials, and it's like someone who's been torturing someone for
That's
like
this episode.
less than 1,000 years? So it's like, they've been around, like, they have consciousness that is, 10 times the amount that you would ever have got. And from the looks of, like, when Tahani died, she was maybe 30 at most. So it's like, they've got a good 30 times.
Yeah.
Like, the amount of sort of like experience behind them. So of course they're going to throw the better party. Of course they're going to think of stuff way more outside the box, because they've had hundreds and hundreds of more years than you have of experience.
Yeah,
I gotta stop and say I appreciate what they did with that millennial joke.
that was a
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah,
Because
that was so
because
good.
they
So
use the
subtle.
word millennial, and I had an immediate eye roll and groan moment because millennial jokes are some of the laziest jokes that you can come up with, and they take that expectation and completely turn it on you, which shouldn't be surprising given how smart and clever this show is. But it's one of those moments where they actually caught me off guard. I really appreciate that.
It was very subtle.
And it's
Very
just
subtle.
and very
I
well
like is all this,
delivered. Just like his delivery at the end of like millennial.
Yeah. the people as well who he's delivering that to will all be actual millennials as well.
Yeah.
Like, so and it's one of those things where you can kind of see the character be like, oh great, another boomer telling like the millennials what's the problem is, and then it's like, oh no, it's been flipped on its head. This is an actual demon term.
It's just kind of a literal thing.
Yeah, and it's just like it is very literal. Yeah, I liked that, and I like how they do that a lot as well with these kind of things that you think it's going left, but actually it's doing it's going up into the sky or something.
Yeah. All right, moving on a little bit. So we have the problem now where Michael has to take this class. He has to learn human ethics and how to be a better person, but he doesn't understand what it is to be a person. So they're trying to get him to like think about things, and like he had to write like a little blurb about like what happens if somebody stole a loaf of bread, and he's like, well, you go to the bad place. And he's very just like very analytical about it, of like, this is exactly what happens when you do bad things. He can't rationalize.
It's very matter of
and bad.
fact. Like he knows the points. Like,
Yes.
he knows the steal bread, and he knows the points that if you steal a baguette, because you get more points because it's slightly more French than regular bread.
I do like this. This show took a minute from beating up on Florida to go beat up on France.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like his example of like, like the Les Mis problem, like, you steal a loaf of bread to feed your family, and like it starts just ripping into Victor Hugo.
Yeah.
That is exactly what he said. Very good stuff. And then we also have Eleanor, who's now realizing that she's the best person in his class. I don't want to steal anyone's line. That's kind of my line for this one, but it's very, very, very good of her realizing that she's number one. But then he has to have that moment of like, he's realizing, or Chidi, as he in this situation, is realizing that Michael can't understand this stuff because he doesn't know what it is to be afraid of death. He doesn't have that existential crisis of like, good and bad doesn't matter because you wait a few trillion years and it's all forgotten, so it doesn't matter. But when you only have 80 some years on the planet, then your decisions have weight because they will matter at some point. And he just doesn't get that, and they have to have that conversation with him of like, can you die? And this is some of Ted Dance's best acting, I think, in this entire series, which is saying something. He's very good throughout this entire show, but his
just like him falling apart. It's like just the way you can see in his face.
Oh yeah,
his
just
psyche cracking. Like it's just immediately, it's just like,
so I'm nothing, and it just has the biggest like, and just like
laying into Chidi's lap.
it just like starts rocking back and forth.
And Chidi is so happy. It just turns and looks at. So now we're getting somewhere.
But then he comes back as Don Johnson, and everything is okay.
And then we get. I said I wasn't going to mention it in the episode, but I'm going to mention it. Then we get Babe Janet. Like, man,
oh yeah,
she looks good in that dress. She wears it well.
It is a funny contrast because she's always sort of buttoned up with a vest and like kind of slats, and so it is an interesting turn. And then she's also blonde.
Yes,
here too, right? So it's really just like bombshell blonde kind of thing going on.
And she's just a total bimbo. Like, I'm not a big fan of the word bimbo, but that's clearly what Michael was trying to make here. And like, I don't remember the exact lines that he had her start saying, but it's like, my God, this is funny. I should have written down her bimbo lines, but they're hysterical.
I didn't write it down.
But it's things like, "Oh, you're so smart," and just and just like her dorky laugh, and oh man, I love Bimbo Janet. She makes me laugh. Um, what about the? I didn't really mention it because I was gonna write the entire thing. Is that this episode? Sorry, I'm lost in my own notes. Is this the episode we get the flashback of Eleanor's mom?
Yes.
I
Yes.
believe so.
That is this one.
With the dog
Yeah,
that
with
she just
Beth.
let die
Yes.
in the
The
car.
car.
Like
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that was this
Eleanor's
episode.
mom is a shitbag.
Oh
Like,
my god, she's
Okay.
the worst.
I've mentioned this before, but man, do I? Oh god, is it? What is her name? What is the actress' name? Oh, hold on, it's gonna take me 2 seconds to find it. But Leslie Grossman. She collaborates with Ryan Murphy, and I like Ryan Murphy,
Yeah.
for the generative most part. But man, she is so good with what she does. You look at the character of Eleanor, and to have that modeled as like the adult as the mom is so good. Like you understand why Eleanor the way she is because of the way the mother is, and Leslie Grossman sells it as Donna Shellstrop.
Yeah, and she's probably if not my favorite side character, like who's only like on a few episodes. She's definitely high up on that list. But her whole speech about the dog is some of the funniest stuff.
Just
I've
getting there
ever
was
heard.
so good.
Oh man,
bridge. Yeah, there's no farm. There's nothing. I'm lying to you. There's no bridge. There's no.
listen,
Just
I had
don't-
a hard day. It's just
How did he die? I may have left him in the car.
Just don't be sad.
Don't be sad. Oh man, like I almost wrote down. I tried to write down her entire speech as my quote, and then I had to bail. But yeah, Leslie Grossman, like hats off, man, because she nailed that entire speech just perfectly. Of just
Like
the,
trying to be sincere and nice.
Yep.
Like a mother should, and then just giving up. Nailed it.
and then like, and as she's giving up, horrible at it. Like mid giving up, like there is no farm, there is no Guam, there is no like. Hold on.
yeah, there's no
That's
place
that
called
was my
Guam.
secondary line if no one takes my first one.
But then, and then after that, it's like, go get Mama a glass of wine as well.
White
It's
wine.
like,
Go get Mom another white.
Yeah, another
Yeah.
white. Does
Her
not
her
specify
drinking
glass.
out of a straw.
I mean, I've seen a certain type of person do that, so it doesn't surprise me that
Yep.
she would do that. I mean, I'm half expecting her to put ice cubes in it next as well, which
I can kind of understand ice cubes a little bit. Straw's weird.
I
Especially
have a
in
I have a
in a
friend
wine
who would
glass.
be seething if they heard that.
Well, that's fine. We don't need to be friends.
Yeah.
Go come
After-
out swinging.
After done with that sequence, we actually do see the party that the demons threw for a little bit. I love the party. I love that there's a Build-A-Bear and you're just building actual bears.
I know there's a game of Hungry Hippos with
With real hippos.
With real hippos.
And the puppy pit. I want the puppy pit.
The puppy pit
is
looks so good.
Probably what looks fun.
Mhm.
Like
I'll
these
take
guys,
that.
they might be demons, but they throw some real wholesome fun.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I love Jason. This place is lit. I'm gonna go get in that Kangi's pouch.
Yes.
A ride in the kangaroo pouch.
Get the keggies pouch.
Oh, that was so wonderful. And then we get some more of Michael and Janet. Then Michael's just completely lost at having his midlife crisis, existential crisis sort of
His
thing.
tattoo.
Oh no! Hey! My line. Don't say it. Don't say it, Matt. That is my line.
It's a funny tattoo.
It's a very funny tattoo.
The unicorn.
The unicorn. But then we go back to Eleanor's dad's funeral and get some more of her mom.
Hitting
Damn
on
it,
her
it's good.
boyfriend. Hitting on her boyfriend.
In front of her, and then like
Not just hitting on her boyfriend.
You leave her a room
slipping
key.
her
Did my mom slip her hotel key?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like takes it out of his pocket. But Leslie Grossman's line is like, like, didn't you say that you're his husband, or his wife? Oh yeah, thanks for blowing my cover, Doug. Shouting at the dead guy. I'm just
That
like, listen, your father sucked. The only photo they could get of him was a mugshot. White
Cut
shot.
to the mugshot.
But still blown up to like normal side and on like an easel like it would be at a funeral.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
The
great.
third flashback is my favorite, when she finally comes to terms with death in Bed Bath and Beyond and cries into a plunger.
Yes.
That was the best.
And then just like her
And it's
line
about toothbrushes as well.
Yeah, her rant on toothbrushes was great. And then her line coming out of it was like, sometimes people say this, like, and yes, ma'am, you will have to buy that plunger. But before we get out of this episode into the next episode, which is a phenomenal trolley problem, we do have to finish things up with Jason and Tahani. Tahani is having a real crash course in, oh yeah, I had problems, and this place is really shining a light on them. And she gets another sage Jason moment, which I'm just going to throw it out there. His ranking system makes total sense to me. Never once did I have to
13.
8 out of 13. I get it. I totally get it. Does anyone else not get it? Because I said that to Chewie. She's like, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, it makes total sense.
Well, explain it. Then I
Okay.
might.
So if 8 is that's the best possible thing you can get is 8. The idea is that 1 through 7 is you suck, and then you suck less until you get to 8. 8, you'd stop sucking. Past 8, you're awesome. So if
That
you're
makes sense.
8, now you're getting too awesome. I don't want to deal with you. You're like one of those like goody two shoes people that just kind of suck. You're not cool enough to hang out.
I'm gonna
with
look
us.
bad standing next to you.
Yes,
Like
you're
you're
gonna
an
make me look bad.
overachiever, killing
Yes.
my vibe.
You're
Yeah.
too far.
Camilla. You Camilla.
Camilla would be like a 13. Like she's too good. So 8 is perfect. You don't suck and you're not too good to be with us. You're awesome. Always made sense to me.
Makes sense now.
I actually kind
Makes
of
sense now.
appreciate his ranking system. It's like I kind of get it.
I'm starting to worry that you are
Yeah, nope, stop. I don't need to hear that.
I
thought
think
you were going there, Matt.
I think the number I would like it better if it was like 10 and 15.
Sure. I mean, yeah, we still have Jason to deal with.
It's Jason. It's Jason.
I'm just saying the logic is there, which is
Sure.
But for weird superstitious people, it makes sense that 13 is the top.
Unlucky. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. And then Jason and Tahani bang.
Yeah.
What pounding it out?
They're pounding it out, yeah. But Jason's post-coital, like, hey, you want some breakfast? I know how to make cereal.
Yeah. That was gonna be my second line.
And that's where that one ends. And then we start what is arguably one of the other best episodes of this
Oh
season.
my god, I
the
love this
Trolley
episode.
Problem.
I
Holy-
love this episode.
I laughed hysterically
Yes.
during this episode.
5 William Shakespeare's and Santa Claus.
I had tears. I had tears coming out of my eyes. I was laughing so much at one point. Like I had to pause it because I couldn't actually see. I had to take my glasses off and like wipe away the tears. It was so good.
My first time seeing this with the explosion of blood all over
Oh,
Chidi.
because it's so
Yeah.
violent.
It's
as
in
well.
my mouth.
We've never
But
seen
It's not,
anything.
it's not just blood. If you look, there's
It's blood and
chunks.
it's
Then
bits
there's
of
bits
people.
and pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
chunks of what, like
It's not
brain
really-
matter and sinew and
Viscera.
It's
Yeah.
Michael goes, it's not really people. Good, because it went into my mouth.
But the pain's real.
Yeah, but the pain is real.
Pain is real.
what I love about that is like it is so violent, and you look at it and you think, how did this get past the censors? And it's like they must have argued so much at like, it's not actual violence, it's funny, it's blah 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 blah, because like it is like that's like some Friday the 13th level of
Oh, yeah.
gore.
If not
Like-
more.
That would have been censored out of most Friday the 13th movies.
Yeah, actually,
That
think
was
about
part
it.
7.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it
If that was part 7, we'd have had like Chidi sort of like flinching, and then we'd have like lost 5 minutes because he was
Yeah.
Yeah.
covered in blood. Like it just like clicked him back into the room and then back into the trolley. That's all we'd have seen.
But let's dial this back to the beginning of this, because this entire episode is firing on all cylinders throughout, and even the cold open is phenomenal. Like the
Yes.
the cold open is where they at first give you the trolley problem, which, just gonna throw it out there, I hate the trolley problem. It drives my brain insane. I don't like thinking about it. It stresses me out. Just the very concept of it. I had heard of it before this. I didn't like it then. Now at least I can laugh at it, but I still don't like it.
I mean,
Michael's
for me, I am on the Michael side of that. How can I kill everyone?
I
in
am
this
too.
Scenario?
It's such a great moment of like they're discussing it. They ask, well, Michael, you've been pretty quiet. What would you do? He's like, oh, well, I would have hung a really long blade so I could have gotten the one guy how did he say it? What was his phrasing for killing all the other 5 people? Like,
Oh,
Smush them.
Was it
Smush out. Yeah, smush. I've got the
Okay, I
quote
couldn't
written
remember.
down.
There's something ridiculous, but it's like smush those other. What did he call them?
Smush our 5 main guys.
Yeah, main guys. Like he's just like these are the ones we're going after. Like, and then just everyone just gives
What
that.
I love is his drawing.
Yeah,
And
the
it's like
Yeah.
the guy getting his
Guy's
head cut off. and It's like, you
decapitated.
got us all. You're the best, or something like that. In the quote.
And then just
Yeah.
everyone just gives him that look. He's, oh
People.
no, I did it again, didn't I? All right, 10 more.
10 more, buddy.
People equals good.
Why is that so hard to remember?
People, what is it? Good. Good.
Good.
Oh, and this is actually the episode where they talk about Les Mis. That was my bad for saying it happened last episode. Sorry, these things bleed together. They pair really well together. But he's trying to understand how to get through to Michael, this whole existential stuff. And he tries to write a rap about Kierkegaard.
Oh my God. No?
I gotta say, I want to hear it. When he actually does his bit of a rap about it, I'm like,
But it's the give, like he goes, I think about doing this rap, and she goes, no, and he goes, right, and he grabs all the paper in front of him and throws it away.
He like angerly does it
Yeah,
too,
there's-
because he's proud of himself.
There's copious amounts of paper.
and just like you could see like he was expecting it. Yeah, we should do that. And it was cool. Bump.
Takes me back to when he had the his book, and it's like, you know, like a tower of pages, and it's like, you know, that same thing of like it going into the bin.
But this is what I mentioned last week when I said there's a moment here that where Ted Danza is acting just, you know, you're getting so much story just on his face without him saying anything. And it's when they start launching into the actual physical trolley problem. This is Michael torturing Chidi from the get-go because Chidi had the gall to say he knew more than Michael. And it's like, this is about human ethics, which I just know more about you. And as soon as he says it, Michael just flashes this grin like, you motherfucker, forker.
Let's play.
Yeah, like, oh, you think you know more? I'm going to show you what I'm capable of. Here we go. And it's like
The real trolley problem.
But he even says like he can't help himself. You know, it's a very much like, this is part of who I am. I saw an opportunity and I couldn't help but take it.
And then, man, the trolley problem when it starts kicking off is just some of the best stuff. I think we do have a B story of Tahani and Jason not really being a good couple and needing like couples therapy. We'll talk about that in a minute because it's funny, but it moves pretty quick.
And it's the lead into the next episode. So we're gonna talk about it a little bit, but I want to stay on the trolley problem for a little bit because
I love the name of the trolley, the Ethics Express.
Yeah, Ethics Express. That's pretty good. I love everything about it. Like the fact that Michael's able to keep it going for so long is actually rather interesting that Chidi doesn't clue into it. Because when it's like, all right, there goes William Shakespeare and Santa Claus. Like, oh, he's clearly torturing you.
Well, he's like, here's his friend Henry on the tracks at one point, and then the cowboy boot.
Don't take my quote.
Boot.
No, absolutely gonna take your
trolley.
If your quote is nice trolley,
Nope.
Because man, that's great. Just
the boot, like when they hit him, and then the boots fly at his face as well. And we already know he's got an issue about those boots as well.
Oh man,
And it's just fucking.
It's what Eleanor says after that. So don't that'll be my line. But man,
she's so excited.
She nails it.
Yeah.
She says the line and realize what she's saying, and then she adds a little bit at the end to make it all come around. Ethically speaking, I'll just leave it at that.
But it's at this point that she does call him out, like, "Hold on, you're torturing us," and he does his very maniacal laugh.
No, it goes all the way to like the surgeons.
The surgeons.
Well, yeah, they do the surgeons, yeah. Like, and then
it's like, you know, when there's like making Chidi then explain to the dead people.
Yeah,
who
he goes, I'm gonna save Eleanor. All right, now tell their families.
Yeah. It's like, okay, so now it's pretty clear that you're torturing us, and then Chidi is
again. Eleanor works it out, and Chidi doesn't as well, and it's like this thing of like Chidi has this like blind spot of knowing when someone's like, even though it's becoming really obvious that he is being tortured, he has this blind spot, like, because he's so kind of like,
he trusts people.
He's in teacher mode, and he's he's trusting that, and so he's trying to help Michael understand it in a way that he thinks that Michael will understand it. what he doesn't realize though is that Michael is not interested in understanding it at all, and
Yeah.
he's just wanting to torture him.
Yeah,
He just
because you need
wants
to
to
blow
see-
off some steam. This is hard for him, and it's like, no,
Yeah.
that's not how this is gonna work, guy. But it is kind of, it's a good moment of like, Chidi, like, get the fork out of my class. Like, he gets legitimately upset.
Yeah.
And why wouldn't he? Like, this guy that he's agreeing to help is now torturing him for helping him. Like, that's kind of a crap move there, dude. So I like that he gets called out on it. And then Michael doesn't know how to apologize. He's a demon who's been torturing people since time began. He doesn't know what an apology is. So like Eleanor has to go try to tell him that you've been torturing people. And it's he and Eleanor and him have a real heart to heart, like one of very many in the show, but it's just now that he can be himself and she can be herself, it's a little bit funnier. And it's like they bring up like you're a bad person too. I don't remember exactly how they get there, but it's like like when you posted your cousin's credit card because she said you look tired, or you posted your cousin's credit card number to Reddit because she looked tired.
I forgot I did that.
I forgot I did that. She starts laughing,
Yeah.
and then he starts laughing like like they're having a great time. That you ruined this person for a little while.
Well, I mean, what did he say? And then he goes high five. She goes, I'm not high fiving that.
No matter how bad I want to. But he has to learn. Like, he has to learn he's being a real shirt bag, and he needs to stop being that. So his first gut reaction is to do exactly what a lot of people do in this: try to grease the wheels with an apology present, a bribe.
Yeah.
And he gets Eleanor the grossest thing ever, which is an endless shrimp dispenser with multiple different sauces.
Don't try the white chocolate.
Including mystery flavor.
Continues to eat.
Mr. Flavor is a white chocolate. Like, I like white chocolate. White chocolate and shrimp.
No.
No.
But she did go back for a second bite.
She did.
It's still shrimp,
The
though. It's
temptation was too
Eleanor.
much.
Like, it's shrimp.
Yeah, and that's true. But
If Mr. Flavor had been shrimp and dog poo, she probably would have gone back for a second bite.
Like, I don't want to take my own quote, so it might be coming back. But either way, this is the dream. That's the dream. Oh yeah. Very excited about her shrimp dispenser.
To be fair, that shrimp looked a lot better than it did in the pilot episode. Because
That's
the pilot
true.
episode, it just looked plastic.
That's true. It did look like actual
That
shrimp
looks
this time.
like actual shrimp.
And then Tahani gets the largest diamond in existence.
Giant diamond.
And then when Michael's trying to grease things over again with Chidi, do you want a larger diamond than Tahani's? Tahani's, no, then this one would be worthless. But I love that, like, now that Chidi is like, he's wise to Michael's game, he's not letting him get away with it anymore. He's like, I have no interest. He gives him like is it Kierkegaard's like unwritten or unread diary no one in the entirety of humanity has ever seen. Kant, sorry.
Manuel Kant.
Kant.
Manuel
Yeah.
Kant's. And he's like, cool, throws it away. And it's like, this is a bribe, and I'm not interested in a bribe. And Michael's, again, Ted Danson in the show deserved every single statue they could have thrown at him because he's so good. He's
Yeah.
like, what do you want me to say, Chidi? And hits him with this very sarcastic, like, oh, I'm so sorry. You know more than me. Blah, 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 blah. And she's like, yeah. And Michael has that moment of like, crap, you're right. And he says the exact same thing, word for word, but actually sincere this time.
Yeah.
And Ted Danson sells it. It doesn't
The
feel...
sincerity is like, I'm sort of watching this going, is he being sincere or not? And what I love about that is he sounds so sincere, and you could take
He's
that
almost
as a
crying.
sincere,
He's
yeah,
almost
you could
crying.
take it as a sincere apology, or it's just he's saying the right things with a sincere, like, he's saying the same thing he just said, but he's sounding more sincere now, just so they can move on. And it puts that in your head because of the way that he does it. You don't know if he's been sincere or not, and it's so good because of that. Because everything that's coming after us, you're still going to be thinking, was he being sincere on that? Is that going to come back around? And it's like, well, I'll just fucking with you anyway, or something, forking with you.
Even if his character ends up going that way where we're at right now, my sense was he is getting through that moment by feigning sincereness in a much more believable way. I don't see him getting past that kind of like id moment of I'm just going to get through and have my fun and try to survive this.
Why?
I mean, it comes down to the fact that he's a demon as well. Like, I don't think he's even capable, at least at this point, because we go a 1 month later, at the end of this episode. So it's like, let's say for argument's sake, it's been like a week or something since they started the lessons.
Yeah.
2 weeks at a maximum. That's not enough time to undo infinite amount of time of like, you know, being a demon. Like, you know, as he says, his birth certificate, the date on his birth certificate just says always, you know, he's been around.
The human
being
lifespan is a blip.
Yeah.
So my question is, why did we skip over Chidi's? Was it Chidi's? No, Jianyu's. Why did we skip over Jason's present?
Oh my
Pikachu gets
Guys,
up, grabs it, and pops it. And the look of just loss on his face was so good.
Then he brings it back around and goes, "That was pretty cool, though." Oh, Jason, such a simple character.
Such a simple man.
Works.
So great. It works so great. But speaking of Jason, we should talk just a little bit because it does set up we're going next week with Tahani and Jason, and Tahani really enjoying all that Jason can give her, but does not enjoy Jason himself.
The status quo.
Yeah. So it's an interesting relationship of like Jason's into her, he's very nice to her, she's not nice to him at all from the jump. Like they just do not blend well together, I don't think. And their way of trying to deal with this is by asking Janet, who is not a therapist, to give them couples therapy because she can read all the books on therapy in about 2 seconds. There's a problem though. Doesn't seem to be working for Janet very well. Things are getting a little funky with her. Like she tries to go thumbs up. Yeah, she's glitching. She tries to go thumbs up. Her thumb turns into a balloon and pops. Weird things are happening, and we
coughs up a frog.
Coughs up a frog. Yeah, the frog vomit's pretty good. I love her. Vomits a frog in her hands. Huh.
She continues to do so much with so little.
Yes.
That she has to work with. Like we talked about Arnold Schwarzenegger during the Terminator movies about how like he was able to bring life into a robot, and she similarly brings such life into such something that should be so emotionless, and her face has to hurt after every episode she recorded.
Just to go along with that, and her delivery is so well done. You know, because when Tahani's asking for help, she goes, "I would have to read every book on human psychoanalysis, and I'm done."
Yeah, yeah, which I just did, or something like that. Yeah, because it's that thing. Like we know that when we're first introduced to Janet, it's like Janet is the repository of everything.
Yeah,
like all knowledge and stuff like that, and then it's just kind of like, like she's not programmed to be a therapist, but if that's what you need, then she can be that, because she can just pull all that information together and absorb it.
And like Joel said, all of her deliveries are so good. I think it was either last episode or one before where Jason asked, like, "So you're gonna help us out, right?" And she's like, "Well, you know, I have been thinking a lot about that for the last 1.3 microseconds." And it's
I need to find blooper reels for this show, because I have to imagine they had such a hard time constraining the laughter making all this.
I don't think I've ever actually looked that up, but you're probably right. Like, man alive. Like, even like going last week's episode where Jason does this whole bow tie speech and then puts the lollipop back in his mouth and Eleanor slaps his face and the lollipop goes sailing.
And he picks it up and goes, "Oh."
But yeah, the blooper reels in the shows have to be like Parks and Rec worthy, like level, like, damn it, that's almost funnier than the show. What do we miss? What do we miss in these 2 episodes that we got to mention before we start wrapping it up with some quotes?
Well, the very end.
Yeah, we did mention that she goes to Michael and is like, "I'm breaking."
Yeah, and the entire neighborhood is in danger because is in danger of total collapse because of her glitches.
So I mentioned to Joel, I think before we started recording, this is the kickoff of getting to know Janet a little better. I love Janet. She might be my favorite character on the show. And that will really start next week. The episode Michael and Janet. Some of the best stuff, I think, is the relationship between Michael and Eleanor. If not Michael and Eleanor, it's Michael and Janet. I love the 2 of them together. And now we really get to see how their friendship I'm going to call it a friendship, really kind of began and flourished, and that's going to start coming. And then after that, I believe we have the episode. I think it's just called Derek.
Isn't that the guy that created the good, or the
I'm not going to spoil who Derek is. I don't want to. If you don't know who Derek is,
Okay.
if you haven't looked up who's playing Derek, you don't know
Nope.
anything about Derek.
Nope.
I don't want to spoil it for you. Derek
Are
is.
you thinking of the dude who's the
Yep. Let's just
Fawcett dude? The
Oh, yeah,
painting.
the picture on the wall.
It's not Doug
Yeah.
Forsythe.
Okay, okay,
Doug
good.
Forsythe comes later.
Fawcett. Yeah.
Derek is a very different character. Do not look him up. Don't look anything up about Derek because
Nope.
you know who he is. He's a very well-known actor, and when he shows up, he is the perfect level of ridiculousness that needs to shove into this show at the right moment. Very, very excited to get to the episode. Derek. Oh, pure joy.
I'm just amazed that they managed to get Sean Connery to come out of retirement.
I know, it was so weird. I told you not to spoil it.
Sorry.
Is he still alive?
No, he died a couple of years ago now.
Did he?
Yeah.
Well,
He's
talk about-
90 odd. So, you know.
Talk about no fanfare for the death of James Bond. Didn't even know he died. I mean, I guess that's what he gets for slapping women and bragging about it in interviews. Just give him an old,
You're
Put
on
him
mute,
Just
Ryan.
slap her. Just slap her. in the
just give him an old
face.
slap.
You know, women, you know, sometimes they want it. They want it to be slapped because they won't shut up.
He died in 2000. Or I'm sorry, 2020. Wow.
So he
I'm gonna
definitely died. No way.
Definitely didn't die in
He
2000.
didn't die
2020. So it was. He actually died on Halloween, but like that was right. That was COVID time. So
Oh, that explains why I missed it.
shirt got weird during that time.
A little bit. That's
Died
why
on
I'm s-
Halloween. Maybe he's haunting. I was going to say Roger Moore, but he's already dead. He's
Right.
haunting Timothy Dalton.
There you go. Yeah. Low key, one of the best Bonds. Anyhow, we're ready for some quotes. Quotes. So the quote types. I went first last week. That means who went after me? Ryan. Ryan's going first this week.
Okay, so for existential crisis, it's when Michael is, going through, he looks like 80s Don Johnson. And I alluded to it earlier. It is the tattoo, and he goes, "It's Chinese for Japan." Could not. I literally had to pause the show and laugh for a solid 30 seconds. I was cracking up.
That is so good.
So, and then do I do my second one or just
No,
wait,
you go last for the second one, but we all know you don't want to talk about the foot. Yeah, we got it. Matt, you're up next.
I'm calling dibs, damn it.
All right. Let me just get into the mindset of a human. Oh, I'm a human, and my breathing tube is next to my eating tube. Oh, look. Oh, and look, my arms end in stupid little sticks. Okay, proceed.
All right, Joel.
This might be Michael heavy here because in the same area as where Ryan's quote was. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Birth is a curse and existence is a prison.
That's it.
That's a good one.
I don't know, that caught me.
That's good.
I missed
That's a good one.
I missed like the rest of his speech. Just like,
No, that's as a one-liner, that's perfect. And coming from him, it's very poetic.
no, it's okay. You don't need to like my answer.
I like it, Joel, because I was going to use it too.
I have two, and nobody brought up either one of them, so I'm going to do both. That's what you get for going last. Lucky me. So the one that I had to is another Michael one, which Joel was right. It's very Michael heavy. It's when he's talking to Chidi about his syllabus. Well, I've read everything on your syllabus, and it's, how do I say this? Stupid garbage. Just love his delivery. But my quote that if no one took that one was going to be when Eleanor and Chidi are talking about their time on Earth. It's like, that's what you thought about on Earth? I used to think about things like, why don't they make pants that are just one big pant leg? You mean a skirt? No, and my thing's different, so shut up.
I've got a second one, which
Go for it.
immediately after I read the one that I did, I spotted this one. I can't believe I didn't actually read this one. So I'm just going to jump in very quickly and do this.
Go for it.
Hey, buddy, how are you doing? Can I get you a snack? Do you eat? I can never remember. What do you eat? Babies? Do you want me to get you a big fat baby? What flavor baby? How about a Cool Ranch baby?
That was a good one.
That is a really good one. All right, so my second episode was a little bit tougher for me to like find one that I I loved as much because I think they're all very, very good quotes, but none that just like stuck out to me as like I need this one beyond the ones that I think people already want to say. So I'm trying to be nice. And I'm gonna go with my favorite quote is just gonna be Janet with the frog in her hands going, huh. Because it just makes me laugh. I don't know why it makes me laugh so hard, but it really does. Just huh. And just like this smile, it's like, oh, this is new. I don't know this. Like just that, like I'm excited about something I don't know. Yeah. I don't remember who's next. Is it Joel? I think it's Joel.
I thought it was Matt.
Matt? Pretty sure it's Joel. Yeah, Joel.
Hey, Joel.
It's Joel.
Yeah, Joel.
No, it's Matt.
No, it's
Okay,
Joel.
fine, it's Matt.
I still think it's Joel.
It is Joel, but whatever. Fine, it's Matt.
Yeah.
Do it, Matt.
It's Chidi reading Michael's paper. I personally know that Victor Hugo is in the bad place being tortured. He's a real wuss too. If one of the lava monsters gets near the guy, he's like, sacre bleu.
Very good stuff. Now, Joel.
I got a few, but I'll settle for this one for now and come
I've got
back.
shitloads. I'm probably gonna like when we're all done. I'm probably gonna have to read a couple more.
Okay. Tahani's confusing. She's really smart, and she's all soft and smooth like a bunch of water balloons. But I tell her she's pretty 100 times a day, and she's never said I'm pretty once. And how does that make you feel? I just feel like Tahani's embarrassed that I'm not some sort of scientist who forecloses on banks.
See, and I have one from that moment too, but mine, another one that I stopped was when they just ran over more people. He ran over the friend. The boot comes flying, and Eleanor is all excited. Would someone's foot really fly off their body like that? That was kind of cool, ethically speaking.
The only one that I wrote down is like, because it's just not a funny quote, but I found like a very kind of like, I like Tahani being honest. Like whenever Tahani can actually be honest and not just name drop, but actually just talk as herself, it really makes me laugh. And the one where she's talking to Janet about Jason, he's the least self-aware person I ever met. He has a massive amounts of unearned confidence. He's utterly aware of his own absurdity, therefore quite good at sex.
See, mine's before that. Mine's before that. She goes, well, he's quite thoughtful. Picks flowers and brings them to me. Often they're ones that I've just planted, and Jason goes, that's how I know they're fresh.
One other I'd like to just toss real quick. Near the end here, I think Chidi's talking with Eleanor. Chidi, think about this. I'm your hottest friend. No, Tahani. I'm your nicest. No, Jason. I'm your friend.
Yeah. I was gonna say that one too, but I had to pick the other one.
I love the thing with the bread one as well. It's like, but I know for a fact that if you steal a loaf of bread, it's negative 17 points. 20 if it's a baguette, because that makes you more French.
Even
we sort of go ahead.
I was gonna say, even during like the reverse tortures, when Chidi is calling out Michael for bribing them, Eleanor in the background with her mouth full of shrimp. Yeah, we can't be bought.
Yes, that was on my list too.
I love Tahani's moment of realization though, where Janet's like, it actually might help me if I could hear Jason's side as well. And it turns like, oh no, that'll only slow things down. Look, I'll tell you his side. He thinks that I have to control everything and that he has no voice in this relationship. Right, Jason? Good. Now, where were we? I just heard that. Okay, fine, I'll leave.
We touched a little bit on Eleanor's relationship with her parents, but there's that Bed Bath and Beyond segment where she's dealing with an existential crisis about a toothbrush set for a family. Later on, she's trying to console Michael. In the words of a very wise Bed Bath & Beyond employee I once knew, go ahead and cry all you want, but you're going to have to pay for that
the plunger.
And I'm sorry, what a shitty Bed Bath & Beyond employee. Plungers are gonna have a lot worse things on them than tears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't think a few tears are a reason that she has to buy it, but it's a funny line, so I'm okay with it.
That might be one of the less believable pieces too, because no wage worker working at a retail store is gonna care all that much.
No, I'm pretty sure the girl starts crying in the plunger. I just walk away. Like, oh,
Yeah.
you're broken. I'll put that away when you're done with it. Got it. Oy.
I mean, to be honest, like I think when I was working in retail, people could probably blow their noses on T-shirts in the shop that I worked in, and I wouldn't care.
I think that would have gotten a rise out of me. Most of the stuff did not get a rise out of me when I worked. I worked at TJ Maxx for 4 years, long 4 years. It took a lot to get me upset. But if you blew your nose and stuff that I was in charge of, then I'd be. If it wasn't my section, go nuts. But if it was my section, I would be annoyed because then I have to do a mark out, and that would be annoyed to go to the machine that didn't really work, and it would have been a whole thing, and I would have been frustrated.
I just pretend I didn't see it and walk away.
I don't know why I care at my jobs, but I seem to care at my jobs.
I worked at H&M for like 7 months.
You seem like an H&M guy.
Yeah.
That tracks.
horrible place to work. Like,
I'm not surprised. It can't be much worse than TJ Maxx, but I can't, yeah. Ugh.
did TJ Maxx have a giant table with folded hoodies? Because who wants to put hoodies on a hanger?
People
Let's
took
fold them up.
shits in the changing room. Literal
I'm not talking
shits.
I'm not talking about changing rooms. I'm just talking about the shop floor. You don't want to know the shit that happens in
Literal poop. No, thank you. It's the worst. Don't go to TJ Maxx. Don't.
TJ Maxx is like Target compared to Goodwill and Walmart. Like that's more or less the level we're talking about here.
It's
Like
awful.
you're lucky that they're wearing pants and a shirt.
Yes, you are. Although I worked in that changing room, you are very lucky they're wearing pants and a shirt because it's horror shows underneath. I don't miss that job at all. Anyhow, let's say goodbye. We don't need a TJ Maxx rant. We've done this. Quick round of plugs. Be sure to check out After the Hype on YouTube, and it's also on all the like wherever you can get your podcasts. But we do a video segment, and the video segment's a lot of fun. So I encourage you to check it out on YouTube. Our most recent episode, we took Fast and Furious 5, which you're listening to this show. You're probably a Fast and Furious fan because we did that whole thing. For Toretto's Shitty Tuna Sandwich, my favorite title I think we've come up with. And we recast it with Muppets, and it was a ton of fun. It was one of the more fun episodes I've recorded in a long time, and we come up with a canon cast, and I think it's pretty good. -1 that Kelly snuck in there somehow. I don't know how she pulled that off, but she did, and
I'm very proud of her.
you should be, because that Muppet should not be in that movie, but she made a case, it made sense, and we made it work. I'm not going to say who it is. You need to listen to the episode and find out. You'll know. And if you look at the thumbnail image, you're going to go, "Who's that one?" That's the one I'm talking about. That is absolutely the one I'm talking about. That's it for me. And Joel, plugs.
I mean, props to John for how quickly he turned around that image too.
No kidding,
Like that
man.
that was like same night or the next morning.
Yeah,
I
it was
forget.
fast.
But yeah. Super GG Radio is a video game podcast. We cover mostly indie titles and what we're playing through our backlog. I got a Steam Deck.
Yeah, you did.
Or by this time this is coming out, I got a Steam Deck, and it is because it was $200 in use. Otherwise, I would not have done it. Let's be on the record. I'm being financially responsible.
Is it
fiscal responsibilities, Joe?
It's the 64 gigabyte one.
Okay.
So like whatever, I'll need to buy some storage.
Yeah, you'll need some storage for sure. Yeah.
It was $250 and the guy goes, and I say like, I'll take it off your hands for $200. Okay, but you don't get the micro SD card. And I'm just like, I'll pay $10 for storage. You're good.
I like that.
No problem.
Yo, 200, fine, but you don't get the micro SD card, which you can get.
It feels a little petty, doesn't it?
Like
It does,
$10 for.
It's definitely a little petty, but you undercut him $50. I get it.
That's his fault for overpricing it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I paid way more for mine, but I got the OLED that has a terabyte in it. Like it was a gift. I didn't have to spend any money on it, so I get it. But Steam Decks are awesome. Awesome. My favorite system out right now, and I say that as a pretty diehard PlayStation fan.
Mhm.
Rarely touch the PlayStation since I got the Steam Deck 6 months ago.
Okay.
Love
Good
it.
to know.
Ryan, what you plugging?
You can catch me on the Front Row Network where I do various movie reviews. Otherwise, you can also catch me on my channel, which is part of the Front Row Network, which is Flashbacks, where we talk about movies from the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. Be prepared. Looks like we're coming back.
With Lion King, I guess. Be prepared.
Yeah, sure.
I saw a video floating around of Jeremy Irons at like an orchestra doing that song, actually singing his part.
Huh.
It looks pretty cool.
That sounds kind of cool. Was there a lot of green
Yeah.
light? There should be a lot of green light.
Orange. So somebody messed up there.
Yeah. Way to fork it
Yeah.
up, dudes.
Someone sounds like they're colorblind.
Yeah. Matt, anything to plug?
Something's coming soon.
Cool.
Is it really?
I mean,
Why do you have to ruin it, Joel? God, you're sounding
He's-
all mysterious.
he's messaged me outside of this and said something's coming soon. He even has something to show for it. So I believe him.
Wow.
I
Okay.
haven't heard it yet, but I've heard that
right.
it's coming.
All the action's happening in secret chats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Where all action truly happens.
All the best actions happen in the secret chat.
I just want to end it there. That's just so weird.
I'm getting a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's all I was going for.
Next week, be sure to tune in as we talk about Michael and Janet and Derek, as we mentioned earlier. And I'm very excited to get into it. This season's been great, and it only gets better. So, yeah. Bye. Bye.
Go fuck yourself.